Hi everyone, I am Rajesh Kumar. I am having close to 16 plus years of experience in DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. I have worked with more than 12 software organizations around the globe. I would like to introduce you all a DevOps School's flagship certification program in DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. This program will get started in the weekends, so get enrolled. Please contact us on the phone number given on the screen, and in fact you can email us on the contact@DevOpsSchool.com. Okay, can you see my screen, all of you?
Yeah.
So, what is database here? I'm talking about. So let me show you the first thing, the UI. Here, database. RDS. So, what are the type of database which we have? Anyone have idea? Anyone into the database sort of things? Guys, I'm audible, right?
Yep. So there is RDBMS, there are document databases, then there are graph databases.
So guys, see, you are in a DevOps, so you should know all this kind of database types. Okay, it will help you, build that understanding. So database types. Okay. So now, see here, list of complete database, and here, don't get scared by looking at the list. Just get familiar and see. You are not expected to be expert in one day or something. Slowly. So these are the relationship database. So all the database which you know and you've been using from last 10-20 years, it's here. But nowadays lots of other database has come because of many other problems which we have got to run the software in the data center, like NoSQL database. Performance we want more faster, we want less consumption of CPU and RAM. So like that, lots of database has come. NoSQL database, cloud database, the one which I'm teaching you right now, columnar database, wide column database, object-oriented database, key value database, hierarchical database, document database, graph database, time series database. So like that. So you need to focus on one RDBMS if for a successful DevOps career. Go for, my suggestion would be go for Postgre. Sorry. Go for Postgre. And time series database Prometheus. If you are a part of SRE team, I'll teach you. And go for one NoSQL database. You can go for Redis. Redis is a good one. MongoDB also, if you're a developer, you can go for it. Go for Redis. So like that. Now, when I say go for it, that means I'm not asking you to become, end-to-end expert in it. Just know that what is Redis, how to install, how to configure, how to basic CRUD operations, do that. Only limited stuff. Slowly you get familiar with the technology, and based on the assignment on the project, you will get into that. So yeah, you can check it out here. So now the question is, in AWS, can we create this kind of database? Yes. In AWS, we can create all this database here. DynamoDB, which is a managed NoSQL database. RDS, okay, and many other types of database, you'll get it here. So in this session, I'm focusing on the RDS only. So go for RDS here. Everything, I'll put it in this way. Everything what you can imagine or you cannot imagine, you can get in on AWS. That's the reason we have 5,000 services, right? Sorry. So here RDS. And now you see that I have no instance right now. If you want to create a clusters, and also you can do that, and many other stuff. But before that, before me creating a database, let me share with you what you need. So approach number one, understand this fundamental. Approach number one and approach number 2. So in approach number 1, what happens? You create an EC2 instance, which you do, correct now? And in EC2 instance, you install the MySQL, or let's say Postgre. Let's say MySQL only I'm discussing. And you are paying for compute, and then you are paying for storage, and you are paying for MySQL. 3 things. Agree with me? So this is going to AWS, this is going to AWS, and MySQL license going to Oracle. Correct now? All of you? Hello?
Yeah.
And who's managing it? Who's managing it? You are managing it. And company is paying for you also. Some salary you have to give. So when you want to run database server, so the 4 costs are involved: compute, storage, license, and resources. I mean management, DBM. Agree with me, all of you?
Yeah.
So now, end of this, you do what application needs. So application needs IP address, port number of database, database name, username, and password. These are the 5 things which need from this server, and this is what you run application in the different server, different EC2 instance, and you pass these information only. I repeat: IP address, port number, database name, username, and password. Application needs only this information, and if these informations are correct, then you can use this. This application will run, and end of this, end user will access this. So end user will hit these applications. Applications has configured with this database server, which is here. So I hope you are comfortable. So when I set up a database, I need only this 5 information for applications. Are we on the same page right now?
Yes.
So now AWS is coming and saying, hey, listen, see that AWS. They're saying, hey, listen, I will manage a compute for you. I will manage a storage for you. I will manage the license for you. And I will manage this manpower also for you. So this become a managed services. That means everything they will do that for us. And they named it, that services is called RDS here. So that means backup, archival, creation, maintenance, security, patching, everything they will take care of you. And they will give you only these 5 information at the end. And you feed this information to the application and forget about it. Understood what is RDS now? All of you? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'm not complicating all this thing, clustering and all, because for clustering you need to have a database knowledge. Without that, no possible. But at least I can create one database and I can show you that. So here, remember, the only 5 information I needed. So here I'm creating a database. What is the standard database or easy to create? It's up to you. I'll go for standard one. What type of database you want? So you can go for Aura. Aura is a SQL engine only, improved one by Amazon. MySQL managed by Oracle. MariaDB managed by community, free. Now MySQL become paid actually. Earlier it was free. PostgreSQL, I'm suggesting you PostgreSQL. The reason is in all the DevOps environment, no, all the backend, most of the backend will be having the PostgreSQL. For example, Tower you have a PostgreSQL, and many other tools which you have a PostgreSQL only. SonarQube, you can have a PostgreSQL. Other also you can have a PostgreSQL. So next is also. So that's the reason I'm asking. Become expertise in this. In the monitoring world also, you use the PostgreSQL. If you are a part of SRE team, this is the one of the must-have tools. Okay, so I'll go for what? MySQL. And what's community version? which version of MySQL, and you want to use for the production or test or free tier. So free tier will have a very minimal capabilities. So I want to use for the dev and testing. Do you want to create a clustering and all stuff like that? Right now, I'm not interested in that concept. Let it be default. What is the name of the database identifier, database name? So database one. What is the username and password? You have to give it little, so something like special password, something like this. I created and give confirm password, done. And what is the capacity you want actually for the database? So here you want standard classes or right? You see that by default setup is 16 GB. So don't do blindly, don't rush, otherwise you'll have to pay 16 GB. Okay, and that will charge your credit card. So minimize this to the something which is very small. Let me search for it. Do you have? My God, all are 60 GB only. Starting earlier it was lots of other options also. See here 8 GB you have it here, and remaining is high configuration. Earlier I remember that we had a 2 GB also. Not sure why it's not there in this. Maybe that upgrade is happening. And how much storage you want? So let's say 30 GB is sufficient for this, just for testing purposes. Oh, 30 GB. Okay, 100 GB is minimum. So provisioned IO. So this is the speed actually for the input output per second of your storage. If you go higher, you have to pay a little higher. Okay. So let it be this one. And connectivity, you want to connect from EC2 instance, of course. Which VPC? So you have to select the VPC. Okay, default VPC. Here also there's an option to create a VPC, by the way. And subnet and all, let it be public access, accessible, whatever, yes, no. And security groups here, and password authentications or something else. Monitoring you want to enable, turn on, off, and create database. That's all. So you created a database. So earlier what you used to do? Earlier you will create an instance, install the database server, apply the license, this, that, a lot of things, management and all. Now you don't have to do that. So now database got created, and you know what? By mistake, I created the 3 instance of database. Somewhere it was a clustering enabled. So 3 instances got created in every region one. I did not rate that option. So, but you be slow. It's okay. So now I created the database instance. Okay.
I have a question, Rajesh. So you put in some numbers, right? Like in a real dev in a real company, like how would we decide on these numbers? Like is it based on, would we have, let's say we have Oracle now, right? So would they be using currently, would they be using some number, and would we have to like replicate that, or if it's a new application, how would we find out these numbers?
Basically,
for example,
this number is not a straightforward answer. This depends on the number of SQL, DML operations you do. So let's say you do lots of insert, read, update, alter, delete, and all. So you need the certain capacity, and that capacity you want to be in one machine, or you want to have in a clustering multiple machines, up to you. So this process is called capacity planning. Depends on the traffic and number of select, number of insert, number of update, number of delete, alter, all this thing. So that POC will be done by QA team, and in a different scenario, saying that okay, we have a 5,000 people, so how much resources I need. A standard template you will get it from the internet also. For that, that's not a difficult thing. But yeah, that's a really capacity planning, depends on the traffic and number of CRUD or DML you are doing over there.
Right. And if let's say we have 2 or 3 databases, one is read heavy, one is write heavy, would we be able to set that configurations here, like so that
yes, that is a called clustering actually. So you can do that in a cluster configuration. I'm not discussing that because that's not my topic right now. I don't want you to become a DevOps, database administrator, no. But yeah, when you set up a clustering, you can configure it. Yeah.
Okay.
So by mistake, I set up a cluster, but I should have given 1 instance, but I put it up 3 instances. And if you look at this here, 2 is a reader instance, 1 is a write instance.
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.